1, 2, 3.
Good
Good
afternoon,
teacher.
Good afternoon, students. Welcome, everyone.
Good afternoon, class.
Let's give a couple of minutes quickly for teacher Om to quickly do a warm-up with us before we start.
Okay. Show to your hands. Then in the left hand, close your hand. In the right hand, open hands. All right. We're gonna switch like this 10 times. Are you ready? Yes. All right. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, thank you.
Good job, everyone. Okay. So today, mathematics class, we are going to still be busy with circles. So we talked about homework. You guys must please send your homework to us on the line group. And then unit 3, we started off with circles in our previous lesson. We also looked at the perimeter of a circle and how to calculate it. So let's refresh our minds quickly. So just go to my picture over here. So just what we talked about last time is just the components of a circle again. Remember, we have the diameter, which runs straight through the entire circle. And then we have the radius, which connects from the middle of the circle to any point on the circumference. And then the circumference is the total distance around the circle. We also have a different type of line, which is the chord, which does not pass through the center of the circle. So it doesn't pass through the center. If it passes through the center, it would also be a diameter. But because it does not pass through the center, it's called a chord. Okay. We also looked at the formula. How do we calculate a perimeter of a circle? So our formula, very straightforward formula, we have to study off by heart, is 2 pi radius. So it equals 2 times pi times the radius. Okay. Pi we calculate as 3.4 to make it simpler for calculations. The number actually never stops. And then r is the radius, which is the distance from the center of the circle to the circumference. Okay. So how do we calculate pi? If you want to calculate pi, we take the perimeter and we divide it by the diameter to get pi. And then pi times 2 times r at the bottom here, that is our formula for the perimeter of a circle. Okay, so let's do one example, just to get our voice boxes moving. And then we answer number 2 before we look at the area of a circle. So let's do number 1 over here. I know we did it last time, just to refresh and quickly do 1 or 2 exercises. How will we start? Who can tell me? What will our formula be if we want to calculate the perimeter of number 1? What is the formula? Anyone? Can anyone tell me what is the formula of the perimeter?
2 pi r.
2 pi r. So what would the formula then be for this question? 2 times 3.14. And what is the length of the radius? What is the length of the radius over here? Zero 0.75. That's the radius. So first we multiply the 2 times the 0.75. That will give us the 1.5 here. So then we go 3.14 multiply 1.50. We put a 0 for placeholder. 5 times 4 equals 20. 5 times 1 equals 5, plus 2 equals 7. 5 times 3 equals 15. So 2 zeros. 1 times 4 equals 4. 1, 3. One here. The one there, it's going to go to 7. And the last one is a 4. And then after we multiply, we have to count the amount of numbers behind the decimal points. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So our final answer then will be 4.71. 4.71 centimeters. Okay. Just basic, it's just we just have to use our basic knowledge of multiplying fractions that we have already gained, and also multiplying decimals. And sometimes we have to divide. But these ones is very straightforward. So I want to do one more with you. So let's please pay attention. And let's quickly do number 2. I want you guys to give me the answer now. I did number 1 with you. Now I want you guys to answer the questions. Okay, so number 1, what is our formula for number 2? Sorry, number 2. What is the formula for number 2?
2 pi r.
2 pi r, okay? 2 pi r. And that will equal to 2 multiply with 3
2.14.
multiply with
2.4.
2.4. So first we can multiply this first and the last number to make it easier. So then we get 3.14 multiplied by 4.8. Is that the correct one there? 4.8. So then we go 4.8 and we multiply by 3.14. So 4 multiplied 0 is 0. 4 multiplied 8 is how much? Is 4 multiplied by 8? Four multiplied by 8 equals 32. 32. 4 times 4 is 16, plus 3 equals 19. We put a 0 there. Put a 0 there. 1 times 8 equals 8. 1 times 4 equals 4. We put 2 zeros for placeholders. 3 times 0 3 times 8 equals 24. 3 times 4 equals 12. Plus equals 14. So when we add that all together, it's going to give us 1, 4. Wait, no, sorry. I'm writing it from the wrong way. It's going to give us 0, 2, 17 goes over here, it's 9. 1 over here, 15. So 15.072. So how do we know how many zeros? We count how many do we have at the back. 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's count to see. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So our answer is going to be 15,072 centimeters. Okay, do you guys agree? Is the answer correct? Are you following along? Are you testing and seeing if I'm doing it correctly? I hope so. So the last one, let's quickly do the last one as well. Tell me what is the formula? Number 3 over here. Give me the formula there, please.
2 pi r.
2 pi r, excellent. And that's going to equal 2 multiply
3.14 and multiply 3.6.
Excellent. And multiply with 3.6. So that's going to even up to 2 multiplied by, oh no, let's multiply the 2 already with the last number. We can multiply that easily. So it's going to be 3.14 multiply with 7.2. Okay, then we have to multiply the 3.14 with 7.20. Remember to put the 0 there so we don't get confused. 0, 2 times 4 equals 8. 2 times 1 equals 1. 2 times 3 equals 6. 2 zeros. 7 times 4 equals 28. 7 times 1 is 7 plus 2 equals 9. 7 times 3 equals 21. It will be 8, 9, 5, 22. So let's count again to see how many digits do we have to consider for the decimal. 1, 2, 3, 4. Count backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now we know that our answer is 22.598. Now, how do we test our answer to see if it is correct? Well, the one way we can do it is look at the whole numbers. So let me grab a different color over here. And we can look at the whole numbers of our answers. We have a 4 and a 3. So if we multiply 4 times 3, what do we get? 4 times 3 equals?
12.
12, excellent. So our answer has to be more than 12 because we still have numbers over here. And look at our final answer is 15. So it is a little bit more than 12, so we know it is correct. And for this one over here, we have the 3 and the 7 whole numbers. Now what is 7 times 3? Equals 21. So our answer has to be more than 21. And our answer is 22.5. So now we know we did it correctly. Okay. So the bottom ones over here, number 2, we'll just quickly go through them. You can follow along, but they are pretty straightforward. They just give us the circle and the radius, and they ask us they give us centimeters, radius in centimeters, and it asks us circle A has a perimeter of about. So we have to quickly calculate. They want us to sort of guess. So we can use pi equals 22/7. I don't want to use this. I'd rather use the normal way of calculating so we can get better at it. So it's 14 times 3.14. 14 equals the radius multiplied by 2 multiplied by pi. So it's 14 times 3.14. So what do you think that is? What do you think that is? What is 3.96? 43.96. So what do you think the next one would be? It's 3.5 centimeters times 2 times 3.14. It's half of the previous one. It's going to be half of number 1. So what do you think that is? 21.98. Okay. The last one is interesting. Oh no, this one is. Sorry, I read this one incorrectly. This one has a diameter of 3.5. So it's going to be 3.5 times 3.14. 3.5 times 3.14. So this will give us then a 10.99. But let's read number 3. Quite interesting, a little bit different. So they say circle C with a perimeter of 44 centimeters has a diameter of 7 centimeters. If folded in half, the perimeter of the semicircle is about how many centimeters? What do you think? Let's read it again. We use a color. The circle C with a perimeter of 44 centimeters has a diameter of 7 centimeters. If folded in half, the perimeter of the semicircle is about how many centimeters? What can we do here? You get a quick estimation. Firstly, we can look at the perimeter. They give us a perimeter here already of 44 for the whole circle. Now they want us to calculate the perimeter of half a circle. So we just divide by 2 to get to 22. Just divide by 2. Because a semicircle is half of a normal circle. Okay. So that's it for perimeters. But today I want to focus also on doing the areas of a circle. Now, the area of a circle is important because we also need the perimeter in order to calculate the area of a circle. So, how do we calculate the area of a circle? Firstly, we calculate the perimeter. Secondly, we calculate half of the perimeter. And lastly, we multiply that half by the radius. So let's have a look what they are trying to tell us here. The radius is always in R and the perimeter is 2 pi R. That's the formula. So here we can make 3 circles and divide them into 8, 16, and 32 equal parts. You can cut the parts and arrange them as follows. So if you cut them, you can line them up to look like this. So now they're just a bunch of triangles. Okay. Each part of a slice is shaped like a triangle with a curvy base, which becomes less curvy as the circle is further divided. As a result, the parts can be arranged to make a near parallelogram as shown below. The base of the parallelogram is half as long as the perimeter of the circle, and the height of the parallelogram is the same as the radius of the circle. So for instance, you will look here at the base and the height. Okay. And by doing that, they've calculated a formula that we can use to calculate the area of a triangle. Now that formula is as follows. We take half of the perimeter and we multiply it by the radius. So we're going to first calculate the perimeter of a circle, and then we're going to multiply it by 0.5 to get half of it. After we do that, we can multiply by R again to get the area. So if you can write it, you can write the first step of the formula is here. This is the second step. When you multiply the half with 2, it falls away. And you only have pi R times R. So the formula to calculate the area of a circle is very simple. It's pi times the radius squared. What does radius squared mean? It means the radius times the radius. Okay. So let's have a look at how do we put this into working. If I'm going too fast or you don't understand, please stop me. But first, let's look at an example to give us an idea. So what is the area of circle X with a radius of 4.2 millimeters? So they say we must use pi as 22/7. Very easy, we just use 3.14. To make it easier, 3.14. Okay. So our formula is pi radius squared. So 3.14 times 4.2 times 4.2 will give us 55.44 square centimeters. If you want to use abbreviation, you can write centimeter squared like this is the abbreviation. Okay. Now, let's look at some questions. And I want some feedback from you guys. Please, you guys are very quiet. Let's hear some feedback from you guys and also some answers, because our teacher is getting a little bit tired of all the speaking. It's time to allow you guys to also speak. So for number 1, on page 72, what is the formula to calculate the area? Come, let's all together here, all together. What's the formula to calculate the area? Anyone know? Let's see, should I give this just as homework? I think that might be better. No one wants to participate, it's fine. We can just very straightforward. It's like, yeah. I wanted to do this with you guys, but if no one wants to participate, then it's 100% with me, it's fine. Just please complete this for me for homework. Let me just make sure page. So yeah, page 72 and page 73. Please do it for homework. We were going to do it now in class, but no one wants to participate. So now you'll have to do it by yourself. And when you're finished with the homework, please remember to send it to the line group. Write your name and nickname on each page. Your name and nickname plus your number on each page and send it to the line group. I did not want to do homework today, but this will be our only option now. Send to the line group. Page 72 and 73. Okay, so page 72 and 73 we'll have to do for homework. For today. Okay, so I expect that homework to be in the line group before Friday. Because on Friday we're going to carry on. And if I don't see your homework, I don't know if you understand. But if you guys also don't want to communicate or want to participate, then if you don't understand, nothing I can do. I really want to help you guys and to teach you something. But if you don't want to learn, then I'm sorry that I cannot teach you. Okay. I'll do one example with you, just so that the time can pass us by. And question number 1 at the bottom here is a very interesting question. I wonder how you guys are going to solve it. I will see in the homework. So for number 1, the formula for calculating the area of a circle is pi radius square. So for the first one here, we have 3.14 multiply 14 multiply 14. Okay, so then we start off by multiplying 14 with 14. Then we get 196. Now we have 196. Now we have to multiply by 3.14. 4 times 6 is 24. 4 times 9 is 36 plus 2 is 38. 4 plus 1, 4 times 1 is 4 plus 3 equals 7. 1 times 6 is 6, 9, 1. The last one's going to be tricky. $18, 27, 28. 3 is 5. So the answer is 4. $14. 17 plus 8 is going to give me 25. One. I'm making something here. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Should be okay now. 2 decimal places. So then we have 615,44 centimeters squared is our answer. Okay. So that is how you will calculate it. It's long division, a long multiplication that we have to do. So when you answer these questions, please just show your calculations, like I show my calculation here. And then you can use a separate piece of paper to calculate your answer on. Okay. Very important that we know how to do this, because in our final test, we are going to have these questions in the final test for the semester. And if I hope in the future that you guys will help me in the class and also pay attention and talk to me and give me some feedback and answer my questions, because otherwise we are just going to do homework every lesson. Okay. Very basic stuff. These things become very difficult in next lessons and in the future. We get older, more and more formulas. So if you guys don't work hard to study them now, you're going to struggle in Matheom level when it comes to mathematics. It's not something to scare you, but it becomes very difficult. Okay, so homework is number 1 to 4 here, and number 2 we do 1 to 4 over there as well. These ones I would have liked to do with you, but I cannot do so without any feedback. So, let me just take away these ones over here. Okay. So please complete the homework before Friday and send it through to me. If you want to play a quick game of rock, paper, scissors, now is your time to do that before the lesson ends. So I'll give you 5 minutes to get ready to play some rock, paper, scissors. And then we'll finish the lesson. 5 seconds. Okay, are we ready? Are we steady? Here we go in 1, 2, 3, shoot. Oh, Kaogong, congratulations, and Kahom, congratulations. You two won today. Well done. The rest of you, you can try again on Friday. Hope you guys have a good day. Please do the homework, and I see you guys again on Friday. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Bye bye.